It's important that companies that make medical devices use both new and old ways to sell their products. There are 6 tried and true marketing tactics you should keep in mind if you want to get your medical device ready to go on the market or improve the marketing of a device that is already on the market. 1. Understand your customers. Marketing works best when you know who you're trying to reach. But companies that are in a hurry to get in front of their audience often skim over or skip this step. Finding out who your audience is and making characters may seem like a review, but they are so important that it's worth being reminded of how important they are. The good news for people who want to market their medical device is that much of the information you need to build personas already exists within the company. Through market research, you should have found out who you'll be selling to, whether it's a doctor or a patient, a hospital or a private practice, etc., as well as what problems your market is trying to solve. Use this knowledge to figure out who the most important person is for your marketing to reach. Don't stop there, though. You might think that a doctor or specialist is the most important person to send your message to, and you're probably right. If you look beyond that main profile, though, you can find other groups that have power over the main decision maker. By making buyer profiles for nurse practitioners, office administrators, or hospital procurement managers, you may be able to reach people who have a say in the buying process from study to purchase. 2. Figure out what's wrong. Just knowing who you're selling your medical device to isn't enough to make it stand out. Your messaging needs to be able to reach the people you want to reach, but it also needs to show that you understand the problems they are having and explain how your device solves those problems. For example, doctors may already have a device that can help treat a condition, but using that device often causes problems for the patient. This causes some patients to refuse necessary treatment and other patients to think about filing malpractice suits even though they knew the risks. Both of these are things that make your ideal customer unhappy. If your gadget lessens or gets rid of these risks, it's important that your marketing tells potential buyers about the things that make their lives easier and lessen or get rid of these risks. 3. Plan your go-to-market plan so that you can meet the customer at each step of the buyer's journey. Getting a medical gadget is not like getting a gallon of milk. Buying a device takes a lot of thought and study, and the process doesn't happen all at once. Because the buyer's journey for medical devices is longer, it's important to have knowledge and marketing materials ready for each step of the way. Most of the time, the steps of the buyer's trip are: people find out about your gadget by searching for it online or seeing ads for it. This part of the journey includes things like press releases, radio and TV ads, web ads, and search engine optimization. Think about it. Your audience knows what the problem is and knows that you have a solution that might help. During the consideration phase, customers look for information that will help them understand how well the product works and how it performs in the clinic. In the thought phase, content like social ads, email marketing, marketing automation, and blogs are used. Purchase. At the purchase or decision stage, the buyer has done their study and is ready to choose the product that will best meet their needs. Comparisons of products, analyses of return on investment, ROI, and guides to devices all help people decide what to buy. Case studies and testimonials are strong tools that show how your product works in the real world. Self-service purchases are made easier by online sample or demo requests, call centers, and e-commerce features. Make sure you can answer a buyer's questions at every step of the process. This will give a full picture of how valuable your item is. The goal is to answer the buyer's questions before they ask them and explain why your product is better than other choices. When done well, this full journey method to your marketing asset plan will lead your audience from one decision step to the next, making the customer understand the value and meaning of the results for both doctors and patients. Journey planning isn't always something that the internal team of a medical company is good at. If you decide to hire a partner to help you with assets along the buyer's journey or with strategy, it's important to find one that knows the complexities of medical device and healthcare marketing. 4. Message about what the customer gets out of it. It's tempting to market your medical device based on how well it works for patients, and good patient results are a big part of what a doctor looks for. But unless you are selling directly to the patient, your marketing materials should be geared toward your buyer, who is the medical professional making the purchase choice. From the point of view of the doctor or nurse, the benefits for the patient should be explained. Also, if medical professionals will be making the buying choices, your message shouldn't be simplified for patients. It should talk in a way that professionals can understand. This is another area where well-developed personalities are very helpful. Personas will tell you what is important to the buyer, so marketing teams can focus on that message. Because you know so much about the subject, it can be hard to see the device from the buyer's point of view and the need they feel they have. Having an outside expert help you identify the personas, their needs, the content lexicon of the product, and the style guide is often helpful. 5. The internet is an important tool. A Google study found that 89% of B2B buyers look for answers on the internet before talking to a sales team. If a company's marketing tools don't include a clear and informative website, they miss out on a large part of the people who could be interested in their products. But having a website isn't enough on its own. Possible buyers need to see that the information they need is easy to find. As a buyer moves through the buyer's journey, you can expect them to visit your site again and again. In the same study, Google also says that B2B buyers don't start by looking for a product name. Websites should be optimized for broad terms that draw people in and then give them the information they need to decide what to buy. As part of the search engine optimization for your website, you should look into the best keywords for your field. This could mean that you have to rewrite some of your pages so that they rank higher organically for important search words. Don't forget to look at the search terms people are using to find your site and assess them. The words that your audience already uses to find you can tell you a lot about how they think. 6. Build trust by always being the same. Healthcare is one of the few businesses that depends on trust as much as it does. Your audience has to accept what you say and what you've researched, and building trust with them is the most important thing you can do to market your medical device well. One of the fastest ways to lose that trust is to show your brand in a way that isn't consistent. This is more than just making sure that your copy matches the results of your study, which is also important. It also means that your offline marketing, events, and online marketing should all have the same style, look, and feel. Consistency in marketing materials makes it clear to buyers that the brand knows who they are selling to and what they are selling. This makes buyers more likely to trust the brand. It keeps things clear and gives the group a polished, professional look. Even so, a survey of brands found that only 25% of those asked have formal brand standards that are followed. If you stick to your brand and make sure everyone else does, you could be ahead of as much as 75% of your competitors. That doesn't mean that the marketing for each gadget, channel, or event has to be the same. Instead, marketing materials should look like siblings. They should be close enough to each other to be clear that they belong to the same family, but different enough to let the point of a campaign or marketing piece stand out on its own.